Hi, I'm Ryan of MidNite Solar. Today I'm going to show you navigating the miscellaneous menu of the Classic. To do this, we press the main menu button. We're in charge. If you're not in charge, if you're deeper in the menu structure, repeatedly pushing this button will always bring you back to the main menu, and you can then scroll from there. So we're going to find miscellaneous. We're going to press enter. Here we've got LED mode. We'll press enter. RIC mode, I believe we actually have a video about RIC mode. You can see our website about that. RIC mode basically turns all LEDs off unless there's a fatal error. RIC hates blinky lights, so therefore we named it RIC mode. Blinky mode, really useful for discos, parties. You got multiple Classics, you get them all in blinky mode. It's pretty cool. LED 1 gives you status. It'll let you know when auxiliary 1 is on, up in here, auxiliary 2 up in here. It'll let you know overcurrent, over temperature. You'll get a float light, basically all the different indicators from a glance. And then that concludes the LED mode. Once you've made your selection, press enter to save that selection. Every menu in the Classic is the same. When you do make a change, press enter to save that. I won't show that again just for time's sake. Main menu, we'll go to MNGP. MNGP stands for MidNite Graphics Panel. That is this display on the Classic charge controller. Enter into that. We have an adjustment for the backlight. We can go in and adjust the backlight. We have an adjustment for the contrast. We can hit enter, go in and adjust the contrast. We have a volume. We can hit enter, go in and change the volume. Extras. This is where you would set up things like the dealer message that comes on. I won't explain this here. There is stuff in the manual on this. Different passwords here will let you into different areas to make the Classic do different things. One of them is display a dealer message on turn on. And play. Play allows you to check the volume level of the speaker. Make sure that it's not too loud or too quiet. You can hit that and tell the audio level. Audio. Again, audio is not in the Classic yet, so some of this is not really pertaining, but as we do in the LED mode, we're going to have different modes in the audio. So if you're like Rick and you don't want your charge controller talking to you as well as not blinking to you, you can put it in RIC mode. It's only going to tell you the fatal errors. It's going to tell you you've got an arc fault or a ground fault or over temperature, something like that. Only the fatal stuff that's dangerous. Verbose will tell you every button push. And audio 1 is going to be general stuff, you know, hey, aux 1 is on, aux 2 is on. Knowing the engineers on this project, there'll be some interesting audio in this thing. Main menu. Power save is where we make the backlight turn off after a certain period of time. We can disable power save so the backlight stays on all the time. We can set it for short maybe, long. Short, the backlight stays on for 1 minute and then it'll fade out. Long, it stays on for 6 minutes, then it'll fade out. So if you want your backlight to not always be on, you can set it like that, and then what happens is when it does fade out, a simple button push will bring it back if you need to see it. We'll leave it off. Main menu, time. This is where you would set the date and time in the Classic charge controller. In this case, it's set correctly, but if you need to change anything, the up and down arrows change the value, and the left and right arrows move the cursor to the value you want to change. When you're done changing, press enter to save that value. Main menu again. COM. This is the address of the display. This doesn't need to be changed. This always needs to be 110 until you get into networking. This is a USB mode. The Classic has the ability to output certain types of data out of its USB jack for use on your PC. Please consult the manual for that. I won't even go into detail here. And the Modbus port. The Modbus port is the port you would use to port forward. So if you were going to port forward 4 Classics through your router so you could view it from away, most routers only allow you to forward 1 address to 1 port. So therefore you need to give each Classic a unique port, and then you can point it towards that port. And that concludes the miscellaneous menu and the classic charge controller. Ryan of MidNite Solar.